Now we will have our favorite bus driver, an honored veteran. Please welcome John first.
Thank you. I did say no a couple times, but here I am anyway. So it's pretty hard to say no to these kids. So I want to start out by welcoming all the veterans. What is a veteran? There's many eras of veterans. Veterans of World War II, I, Vietnam, and then there's the eras of all them, Korea, and now we got war on terrorism, so it's just never ending. So a little bit about my history. I had some big shoes to fill. My great-grandpa was with the Wisconsin Voluntaries in the war between the states. I had an uncle in France. He made it through there, got home and got pneumonia and didn't make it there. So, and I'm named after this and then another grandpa. So I got some big shoes to fill, which I don't think I can come close. In 1955, when the Guard and the Reserves first were started, it was asked to get the World War II veterans and the Korean veterans started for the states, help the states out. And my brother was still in high school, and they went and recruited him, and he was only 17, and then two of my cousins and neighbors, so they come after the farm kids, and so I was kind of doomed from then on. I sort of got drafted at a very young age, so I joined in high school, and I didn't get no bonuses like you get now, but it was very good. I went through basic training in Fort Lauderdale, Missouri. I was asked the question, what was basic training in AIT like? Well, I went to the reception center, got off the cattle car, which I call them cattle cars, and most people think of them as a bull rack. That's what they hauled us around. We didn't have these fancy new buses with air conditioning and everything. So, and got in formation with our stuff, and how your last name out? Well, I said first, and he thought I was being smart. So he wrapped me once I head with his baton. He said, well, figure out some way to pronounce it, because I'm not putting that in pretending. So I become furious real fast, which is the actual German to that. Grandma Australia said that German first was a slang for the Germans. So I'm pretty much full German. So, and from there I went to AIT in Beverly, and then come home, and I was in the Wagner unit, and then 1972 we turned into water purification, and then the Rapid City flood comes. And that was in January. My wife come and got me on June 9th of 1972 and said, you got to go to Rapid City. So we did that, stuck my nose in the book, and we had to get the water. When we got out, the only water in Rapid City was the cement plant and what we could produce. The rest was all bad water. I think some of the other people were there too. But it was very trying. We set up at the fairgrounds. There was curfews at night, and we had water produced. We had 3,000 gallon vats, and it had to have 10 parts per million chlorine in it, which was tested all the time by the medics. And a little story about one of my things there. This lady coming, we rigged up a way to fill their little jugs that they got. She filled her jugs and she said, turned around and back and said, where'd you get that water? And they said, Rabbit Creek. Well, there are dead bodies floating in that. I said, yeah. Well, she fell over and said, well, I'll feed that to my kids, let the kids drink, and I'm going to get some beer. So that actually did happen. And another case, we set bats up downtown, 1,000-gallon bats, and this guy was making hamburgers with a grill, and they were only about this big. And he was charging $5 and dry buns of bread, and down the street, the Salvation Army had all kinds of food, bread, and water and stuff. One day, my 1,000-gallon tanker, the RPMs went up, and we kind of rolled him down the street a little bit, him and his grill, so we never saw him again. So, never got any trouble for it, but it actually did do it. So. But it was a very trying time. If you go to Rapid City, there's still marks on Omaha Street there where the high the water was. Dayton Park was basically gone. If Pactola would have broke, Rapid would not have been there. It did crack, but it did not go. So we stayed out there, and I was out there about 21 days, and we come home and went back out to help. We cleaned out the hospital. That was three floors that had to be all washed out with chlorinated water. A very trying time. And from there, just kind of went on, and as the kids got bigger, my brother joined, and in 1991, when the storm took place, our unit was actually activated, and my oldest son Tim was in that, so we thought we were going together, but in January 1st, 6th Army forgot this. We changed from water purification to a rolling bridge. And they kind of finally figured out that we needed a rolling bridge with sand, so we didn't get to go. And it's probably a good thing my son got the big C word, and he waited to his classmate, best friend, Brian Peter, to get home. And from there, it was continuous. Then he passed 3 days later, so then a little later, after Tracy played football for the Dakota State for 3 years, he decided to join the Guard, which he did. And then he went full-time, active duty, and he ended up in Bosnia. And I'm sure other people in here, his first son was born when he was overseas. So, and our third boy, he didn't have a chance. He was playing football, but Platte-Geddes Rams, he broke his clavicle. He wasn't supposed to play at 125 pounds flat, soaking wet, and he got hit, broke his clavicle, so that took him out of the service. So. And my third boy is still in, and he's in Sioux Falls. And our daughter, she was very supportive of the boys, but she did not have any interest. She'd rather clean dog shit. So. In the AIT and it was kind of like football practice, basically. You got up early in the morning and did your practices. And the farm kids, I never had no trouble because I carried 5 gallon buckets and all bales and did everything by hand, not telephone. So, and PTA test for 500, and I only didn't max them twice, so I got a 490 and a 495. So I was pretty proud. I mean, yeah, it was different, but it was fun. So, and I would do it in a heartbeat again. So, and to go on further, when Trace got back from out of active duty, stayed with the Guard, and then got activated to Iraq in 2003. And there again, I was out 4 years, and I tried to go again, and I come on close to getting to go. But he called home and talked to his mother and said, Dad, stay at home, there's no place for him. So I did. So then 2011, I sent Todd over to Afghanistan. He was over there a little over a year. And 2016, sent my grandson to Kuwait in Iraq. And the unique story about this was his dad, as we're supposed to figure, it was in the same company, same barracks, maybe one off 13 years later. So it was kind of a unique situation. So just a little bit of my history. So, and it's harder to stay home and go. I mean, it really is. There's things you have to do. Help the kids. I left my wife and kids, college, south, whatever. And when Trace was gone, we did a lot of helping other Guard members. And then in 2011, that was the floods. We went to Pier to help do sandbags and everything. So you kind of help out. It's a big family. So it's unique. Never got to go across. I spent 29 total years in, and it was great. And I've asked the question, how do you honor a veteran? Well, you can honor a veteran by putting your hand on their shoulder, or go shake their hand. Thank you for their service. And I'll give you and them a very warm feeling. This honor flight that they do, I took the band over last summer, last May 20th, and I don't know if you ever witnessed that before, but it was magnificent. And we had a lot of comments. And the other thing is, if you ever get a chance to go to D.C. and see the memorials, they are fantastic. I've been there 5 times, and there's always something to see. And you help older people who haven't been on our flight, try to get on. And we need to support. That's what we need to support. Back to Terry, I grew up in the neighborhood of Terry, Missouri. We only lived about a mile apart. I know we played together. They left that area pretty young, so. And it's just a great good feeling. So I want to thank all the veterans and all the people that served in any way. I mean, we had a uniform on one day. We're veterans. I know a lot made a lot more sacrifices than I did for other people too. But it is what it is, and it's how it works. So it takes a lot of guts to put one on. These young kids, I hope some of my younger grandkids will continue. Because we need young people. We don't need the force we used to have because of the technology that we still need people. And right now, there's bonuses, college help, everything like that. So with that, thank you all for coming, and thank you veterans, and thank you kids for offering me to share. This was kind of what they wanted to hear, my story, so that's what they heard. So, all right, thank you.
Next up, the Platte-Geddes High School Choir will be singing the Armed Force Medley under the direction of Haley Kerwin. As your branch is called, please stand if you are able, and students will be passing around thank you bags. If you do not feel comfortable standing, please raise your hand and someone will come to you. As we close for today, I would like to extend a sincere thanks to all those who have served or are currently serving our country. We will never truly understand the sacrifices that were made by our veterans and their families. They put their dreams and aspirations on hold and left loved ones at home, all to fight for our freedom and protection. The thanks they received will never measure up to the amount they have contributed to our country. We appreciate all those who have attended this program today to honor our veterans. Today, I ask you to not only thank a vet, but also realize the impact each and every one has had on our lives. Thank you everyone for coming. This concludes our 2025 Veterans Day program. May you go in peace and God bless you.